the bell's about to chime. Turnbuckle Talk, we're here to shine. Flagship on the airwaves, leading the pack. Breaking news reviews, we've got your back. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat. From AEW to WWE, we cover it all from A to Z. Interviews, insights, and match reviews. If it's wrestling news, we got the clues. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat.
WWE NXT had a scary moment recently when a match came to a sudden stop after a wrestler was legitimately knocked out. This wasn't part of the show. This was a real injury situation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Turnbuckle Talk, episode 484. My name is Chris Best. I've got OM Dynamic and Carl Carafel here with me. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing very well. It's great to be back on the air after having had that little hiatus due to familial commitments, but great to be back, and it was nice to have that little break as well.
I will tell you that I am very tired. I just spent the day at work doing some training, and it's been a long day considering I usually work nights with the shoot job, and they had me come in for days. So yeah, very, very different.
Yeah, not a lot of sleep for you last night, Carl, after the Raw Patrol last night.
No, there definitely wasn't. And then I was even up early too. So it was, I was up way earlier than I should have been.
But we've got stories to talk about today. And I think we should go with our first one. And this is an interesting one. The WWE is making pushes all across the United States to have WrestleMania watch parties. And on top of that, in New York City at the, I can't pronounce the name of the theater, but it's the theater within Madison Square Garden. They are also hosting AAA and WWE Eternal Glory and NXT Stand and Deliver on the same weekend as the WrestleMania 43 watch parties. Coming from like a streamer's point of view here, this is going to be even busier than it has ever been before as far as WrestleMania weekend goes. But I myself am very excited about this event for the wrestling fans, especially in the New York City, the New York State area. But what do you guys make of this event?
Well, I can tell you that it's the Infosys Theater. That's how Infosys.
Okay.
You know, we went on our tears about the not allowing watch parties within 50 miles of select venues earlier this year for both the Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. And now we're going to these huge watch parties. And it's not just New York. Yes, New York is getting these two extra special events in the Infosys Theater on top of WrestleMania, which is absolutely huge. And I'm wondering if it's going to be buy a ticket for the watch party, stay for the wrestling.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like the old days, back like 1985, closed circuit. So you buy a ticket, you get to watch WrestleMania, and get some matches as well. So that's what's being reported right now. Now, what I'm kind of interested in is where it says and get some matches. Are we going to have maybe a ring set up and maybe some people that have not gone to WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia? Are they going to be there? Are they going to be live in person? Maybe putting on a couple of matches before, like a pre-show.
Yeah, that's that. I'm actually intrigued by that too, and I'm wondering if these are going to be matches that they're going to hold outside of the two events that are going to be at the Infosys Center. Like, are they going to have like a couple of matches that are going to be between events just to keep the fans entertained? I like that idea, Carl, because I had the thought that in between events, maybe the people can leave the theater and experience the city of New York, but you know what? Stick around for more wrestling. Why not? Or even just have like even meet and greet sessions within the theater with some of the wrestlers that are going to be participating in the two events that are going to be taking place there. But I'm also very intrigued to see where else are they going to hold these watch parties, and are they going to space out the wrestlers and the meet and greets, because they did that too during the old days of closed circuit. I remember Jimmy Corderas, for instance, talking about when he did the closed circuit stuff for WrestleMania 3 in Toronto. They brought some of the wrestlers that were not on the WrestleMania 3 card to that event to do little meet and greets with the fans that were going there to watch the show.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the cities that they have listed for this are New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, and Orlando. Honestly, I'm really surprised you're not targeting Las Vegas.
Las Vegas has already had WrestleMania stuff for 2 years in a row. They can take a break.
Why you're not targeting, the entire state of California, which is absolutely huge. I know Los Angeles is the epicenter, but you've got San Francisco and San Jose, which is really the home of the Samoans.
Yes.
And then you look and, if it was possible, I'm sure we could, hop in a car, drive to Detroit for a massive watch party.
Well, sorry, Carl, go ahead.
That's okay. These are only cities that are being talked about right now. We still have a little bit of time before WrestleMania 43, right? So there's no reason why others can't be added at some point. And again, with it, I look at things and I'm kind of going, okay, this is not necessarily unfamiliar territory, but it is unfamiliar territory for them right now as well, considering they haven't done this in so long. Back then, it was Vincent Kennedy McMahon that was taking care of doing all of this. He's no longer there. We've now got TKO that's in here. Now, while, yes, they should kind of know how to do that with all the other promotions and stuff that, are part of TKO and Endeavor, maybe they're just kind of going, let's start with this and see how it goes. Maybe this is something that they're going to use these large city names, New York, LA, Dallas, Orlando, to be able to go to Detroit and say, hey, Detroit, these big cities are doing it. Don't you want to be part of that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just it too. You can start off with these big cities, make your way to the smaller cities such as, Detroit. I would even dare say throw Chicago in there for the bigger cities.
Yeah.
But I remember when we got closed circuit for wrestling here in our small city, because I went to WrestleMania 7 and watched that on closed circuit. And I would like to see them trickle down into the smaller markets and then host these watch parties for the smaller cities. I think this is actually a great idea, because when we used to go to the bars to watch the pay-per-views, it wasn't just about going to watch the wrestling. It was going out and mingling with other wrestling fans and getting their perspective on what's going on in the wrestling world.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of having these two other events, AAA Eternal Glory and Stand and Deliver. We're used to Stand and Deliver on WrestleMania Saturday afternoon before the big show that night. We know that New York City does have a large Hispanic community as well. But I'm wondering, would it maybe have been a little bit wiser to put the Hall of Fame on one of these nights?
They're probably going to do the Hall of Fame on the Friday before, like they always do. As much as I don't want that, you can move SmackDown to a Thursday night and then put the Hall of Fame on its own night, or even do the Hall of Fame like maybe the week before. I don't even know if I would do it in Saudi Arabia, to be fair, because that's a lot of wrestlers that they're still bringing over for WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, and as of right now, we have no idea when the Hall of Fame is going to be. It could very well be that maybe some of these names that are going to be going into the Hall of Fame can't get over there, and instead of discrediting that and not allowing them to be part of it, maybe they will the week before, as was mentioned. I think do that and allow for and I mean, it's been on YouTube. Right, that seems to be the way that they're doing it, which I don't disagree with. I think that it's a very good option to be able to do that. Put it on YouTube, put it out there for everybody to see. Put it after SmackDown? No, not so much, because I'm not watching it then. I'm having to watch it the day after, right? But that's still going to give people a another avenue to be able to feel as though they were part of WrestleMania if it's available on YouTube. And even for some that may not be fans or even understand what's going on, they will see a Hall of Fame ceremony and go, oh, they keep talking about this WrestleMania thing. Maybe I need to find that.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I've said all I can about this event myself. I'm just the thing that I keep going back to in my head is, again, as a streamer, because we do the PLE patrols, that's a lot of work, at least on our end, for 4 shows. And by the time April rolls around, the fans, we will have something sorted out as far as these shows go, because it is 4 shows basically that we're doing. 6 if you want to include the Raw Patrol and SmackDown Security Detail that weekend.
True. True. Now, all of this, sorry, I hit the microphone there. That probably will pop. No, it's all good. It's all good. This is all not technically been confirmed yet. And by that, I mean Los Angeles, Dallas, and Orlando. Yes. They are technically not confirmed yet. So we will keep everybody updated on that as much as we possibly can as we get that information. But I want to make sure that we're being open, transparent, and honest, and not having people believe that because we said LA, Dallas, and Orlando, that's the word and the word is. So that right now is speculative, but we do know that New York is happening. So just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of that before anything comes out and going, oh no, but you said, oh yes, we did say, and we made sure that you knew about it as well. Yeah. There are things that we would love for you to know about, and one of those things is how you can be part of Turnbuckle Studios.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. If you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, or to help out behind the scenes, hit the join button. Send us your creds via email. Tell us how you believe you can help us how you feel we can help you. We will sit down as a collective and find the right fit. All of that and so much more at turnbucklestudios.org.
Interesting. Now, OMD, you happen to share a story about a certain movie that is getting its first release in September. Can you elaborate on that?
I can, and this is right up Carl's alley as Bad Lieutenant Tokyo, starring WWE's own Liv Morgan, will get its debut and its release at the Toronto International Film Festival. And of course,
Now, tell me, why is it right up my alley?
because it is Liv Morgan.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, it technically is up both of our alleys, Carl, with you and Liv Morgan and me and movies.
True. Now, okay, so I don't know much about Bad Lieutenant. I do want to ask, okay, Mr. Best, you and the movies, right? Like that is your thing, 1000%, and I respect that. So respectfully, I say, is there other Bad Lieutenant movies that are out there?
Yeah, there is another Bad Lieutenant that was that took place in New Orleans. I can't exactly remember the exact title of it. So this is kind of like the sequel to it. The same actor, the same main star is returning for this one.
Okay. Same director.
That's the thing I can't remember. I couldn't find any information about that. I want to say yes on that one.
Okay.
Same director, same studio, or they're all tied together. Obviously, same studio because the studio owns the rights to the Bad Lieutenant series.
Right.
But yeah, Liv Morgan, as we all know, joined the cast in May 2025, and that's where she was for that brief period last year. She was off shooting this movie and completed her portion of the filming later that same month. And we have been waiting. We reported on her making this movie sometime last year. And now that we know the official release date coming September 2026 at Toronto International Film Festival, which if you guys don't know, this is a huge deal. TIFF is one of the, it's got to be in at least the top 10 of the worldwide film festivals that do happen.
Yes.
I dare say the top 5.
Yeah. Because when it happens, every entertainment media company is covering it.
Yes. So this is actually the third Bad Lieutenant movie.
Okay.
There was one back in 1992, which, if I remember correctly, and I mean, it's been so long since I've been able to actually watch a movie, wasn't too bad. I did not know about 2009's Port of Call, New Orleans.
Yeah.
And now we've got Tokyo. I'm intrigued to see this, to see what Liv can do outside of the ring, and to see how she fares in the world of acting.
I can already tell you because I've seen her do some acting as she has been on the Chucky TV series, and she was fantastic. The scene she was in was only like 2-3 minutes tops, but it was a very, very memorable scene that she did. And honestly, this is a great jump for Liv Morgan, because when we see her on our screen, and I know Carl, you can attest to this, we're glued to our screens when she comes on, because I'm always like, if Dom's in the ring and she's at ringside, I got my one eye trained on watching Dom wrestle, but my other eye is trained on watching what Liv Morgan is doing, because what Liv Morgan does at ringside is just as entertaining as what Dom does in the ring.
Oh yeah, just as important.
Yes.
So now, why do you think, and is this something that maybe happens regularly? So let me first ask, the Bad Lieutenant series, is this an international film? Like, was it something that was done internationally? So like not a North American film, but a, Chinese or Japanese film or a Korean film, something like that. Do you
Yes.
have that answer?
Yes, it is a Japanese movie series, as we see on this movie poster. That's Japanese kanji that's written across it. It is a very popular series in Japan. The two previous movies have sold really well over there.
Okay.
And the actors that are in there, as we're looking at Shinoguri, Shotaro Mamiya, big names over in Japan, big stars over there, treated like Hollywood, like we would our North American Hollywood stars here.
Okay. So now, is it a customary thing for there not to be any theatrical release or streaming release date, but instead taking it to like a film festival first to see how it does before any of that? Is that normal?
Yeah, usually before a major film release, and I'm gonna use my personal experience on this one with The Masked Saint. It went through the film festival circuit before they released it to major theaters.
Okay.
Like it did go to TIFF actually. It went to a film festival in Spain. I can't remember the name of that one. I'm gonna have to talk to my director friend on that one. And then it made a very brief appearance at Cannes, which is the biggest film festival in the world. And then it made the major theater circuit, and that was only like a limited theater release for that movie. There have also been movies that have went through the film festival circuit that went on to be major releases, like My Big Fat Greek Wedding, for instance. That started off as an independent film, but it got so big that the studio was like, we need to release this to major theaters because it's making bank for us right now.
Interesting. Okay. That's the questions that I had. I was because I'm not necessarily always familiar with that, so I just wanted to kind of ask those questions. OM Dynamic, do you have
I have a question here. Because again, I'm not overly familiar with this. Are we going to see a lot of English dubbing or subtitles for this movie? We know that I'm sure Liv Morgan is going to speak in English, but are we going to see the subtitles and dubbing?
I can't say too much on Bad Lieutenant, but I do know that most of these Japanese films, yes, they do that kind of thing. I personally prefer the original language that the movie's in with the subtitles. I do not like voice dubs, period. Voice dubs just look unprofessional to me. But in the world that we are in now, especially with AI technology, I think there is a way that you can manipulate it so that the voice dub actually matches what the characters are saying now. But personally, I do prefer the original voices to subtitles.
Very, very interesting. International superstars in the world of film can be seen within Bad Lieutenant Tokyo. We could very well soon see international sports. Some can say superstar, some will not say superstar, depending on who you talk to. But apparently, this person is talking with the WWE. I'm confused. Person we're talking about is Tom Brady. Okay, somebody take this.
Yeah, so as we all know, Tom Brady had an encounter with you got Liv Morgan on the mind. With Logan. With Logan Paul just this past weekend at Fanatics. Mm-hmm. And we saw Logan Paul take a pretty hard looking slap from Tom Brady. And this was all while he was appearing on the Cody Rhodes podcast, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we know that there have been, we now know that there is reportedly been talks going on with them in the with Tom Brady and the WWE as far as doing other things within the company. I don't know if I'm quite a fan of this thing because I'm a little bit checked out myself on celebrity involvement within the WWE, mostly because of what happened on Saturday night's main event, and I get why that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been sitting here thinking about it, like, what could Tom Brady bring to the WWE other than his massive superstardom in pro football? I mean,
Right.
Yeah. I will say superstar, though I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Brady. Nor am I a big Patriots fan, as we all know. But let's not forget that this goes back to social media taunts pre-WrestleMania as well. And
Yeah.
at the Super Bowl, where actually Logan Paul was playing in a flag football game against Tom.
Yep.
So I don't mind because I like that you're getting that general, Tom Brady called wrestling cute. And now you've got Logan Paul, the guy everybody loves to hate, defending the business.
Right.
yeah.
Oddly enough.
Best, I understand, you're over with the celebrity involvement, and I get it. I mean, I loved what they did at Saturday night's main event. It's, the consistency of the celebrity involvement and different celebrities. If you're going to have them there as guests, maybe interview them backstage. Don't necessarily have them getting involved in the competition.
Yeah, and where I'm at with Tom Brady is I kind of liken this back to when Lawrence Taylor came to be a part of the WWE. I think about the eyes that Lawrence Taylor brought to the WWE in the 3-4 months that he worked with the WWE, and he did bring eyes to the company during that time. I think Tom Brady could very well be that same person. I don't necessarily need to see him stepping into the ring, though, to do anything. Maybe in some kind of a manager position with another top star, perhaps. I don't know. I wonder what his knowledge of pro wrestling is too, because I'm thinking, like, because I've seen how he is as a sports analyst, and he's not bad at that job. I think if he has a deep knowledge of the sport of wrestling, he could even be good as a sports analyst for the WWE.
I would not be surprised in this situation to see Tom Brady call John Cena and get the lowdown, get some knowledge, and really learn about the business through that avenue, given that New England and Boston connection.
He could also call upon Joe Tessitore, who's also called a lot of his games as well.
Yeah.
So now, Best, you had mentioned earlier at the very start of this that Tom Brady talks with the WWE for different things. Do you know what those might be? Because I have not been able to find anything from the 7-time Super Bowl champion and what maybe conversations with the WWE have been. Do you know of any of those?
I haven't found any of them myself because, as we know, the WWE likes to be secretive about these talks here, and it's almost, dare I say it, it's almost like they're trying to revive kayfabe by keeping these talks behind closed doors and not allowing, media presentation at these conversations. And maybe they've actually learned what an NDA actually is.
Maybe.
I'm going to put this out there, and I know this is not necessarily the best idea, but if he's healthy, do you go to Team Brady versus Team Logan Paul at War Games?
Possibly. I don't know. it would have to be like that he's maybe just like the manager then, let's say,
Yeah.
of a
Mhm.
team that would take on, Logan Paul's team, which assumedly would, contain maybe division.
Yeah.
But I think about, as Bubba Duke has here, where he says, no Tom in the WWE, he's a cheater. So, I mean, would that not maybe come and reflect a little bit into the wrestling world as well? And as much as he is liked by many, he is hated by many as well.
Yeah.
So it would be hard to kind of try to make him a baby in this situation when we know Logan has been, and I think forever probably will be, heel within the company.
Yeah, Tom Brady is actually a very polarizing figure in the world of sport. I myself, I'm not afraid to admit this. I used to be a fan of the Patriots, but it was because of Tom Brady winning too many championships that I got sick and tired of it.
Yep. Would this work as a traditional Survivor Series match instead?
I think it could, but again, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if I want Tom Brady in the ring. As Carl had said there, I think he'd be better off in a managerial spot.
Yeah, and I'm looking at like a match that we had, like Team Bischoff versus Team Austin all those years ago.
And something like that I can get behind for sure. I just if we are going to do something soon, there's not enough time for Tom Brady to learn what he needs to learn, and that's my biggest thing. You talked about Lawrence Taylor earlier, right? And then we've had like Refrigerator Perry as well, former football that came in. But they, to my understanding, now being able to look back a little bit more and have some knowledge, they had the training that was needed to be able to do this for the most part, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's enough time for that unless we stretch this out over a year to give Tom enough time, I think.
Yeah, because what they did with WrestleMania 2 for the NFL players who were all invited to take part in that battle royal, they trained them for about pretty much after the Super Bowl in '86 ended. They started training them and getting them ready for this battle royal. Lawrence Taylor had Kevin Nash helping him out and training him. But yeah, with Tom Brady, between now and Survivor Series, like at least with Lawrence Taylor, they started training him, I would say, in December, because the angle for that feud started at January at the Royal Rumble that year. So Lawrence Taylor had like 5, almost 6 months to train. Tom Brady's only got 3. That's really not a lot. And, another thing I wouldn't be too surprised about with Tom Brady is I would not be surprised if his buddy, Rob Gronkowski, comes with him too, because we all know Gronkowski is actually a fan of wrestling as well. And he's gotten involved in the ring a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and if you look at how football and wrestling have transcended, and I'm talking, Angelo Mosca, the big cat, Ernie Ladd, who came from football into wrestling. Then you had a guy like Brock who transitioned from wrestling, tried to go pro, and was the last cut for the Minnesota Vikings. So the two sports do transcend each other.
Oh, for sure they do. For sure they do. I just, and again, we're looking at this and believing that it's going to be at SummerSlam or at Survivor Series. We don't know as of yet. That's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah. So, it's all speculation at this point.
Yeah, it definitely is. So the one thing that I know we do not need to speculate about is, well, the merchandise that we have available here for you. Go ahead, take a look at this.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, and we encourage you to check out our shop, powered by redbubble.com. It is 100% safe and secure. Support your favorite shows and your favorite podcasters. Wear what we wear. All of the proceeds come back into our studios to bring you a better experience. And when you make a purchase, tag us on the socials, tell us who you are, show us what you bought, and we will give you a shout out live on air during one or more of our weekly programs. All of that and more at turnbucklestudios.org.
And now, while we keep you clothed, it appears as though somebody caught Penta with his mask off.
Yeah. So as we know, Fanatics Fest took place this weekend, and they were allowing a lot of people to come in and do some live streaming at the event. And one of those live streamers was a man by the name who goes by the name of a Neon on stream. Well, he was backstage doing the live stream, talking to his fans, when he happened to catch Penta walking by without his mask. And then there was a little bit of a discussion between the two men. I wouldn't say that there was an argument or anything like that, but Penta asked Neon, are you making a video of this? And Neon respectfully said yes. Penta had then said, I need you to delete that, to which Neon had said, I can't, it's a live stream. I personally think that this was an accidental thing that happened, because what had happened was when Penta got caught on the screen, we saw Neon immediately flip the camera so that it was showing him. I think Neon was still trying to show some respect, but was still caught in the act.
Again, it was accidentally done. It wasn't purposefully done. Penta was told, you're safe, you're good. You were able to remove, whatever you need to. It's all fine, right?
Yeah.
But Neon was also given clearance to be filming during the WW or at the booth on day 2 of Fanatics Fest. So there was just a little bit of a misunderstanding that kind of happened there, because Neon was given the permission to be filming and to be live streaming, but yet someone had given Penta the information that you're good, you don't need to worry because it's a closed area type of thing.
Yes.
Neon has apologized for it. To my understanding, it's been several times now that he has, kind of apologized for it. But I mean, the fans are still not very happy about it. Apparently, OM Dynamic, what kind of info have you got? What's your take on this?
Again, I've got to go with this being purely accidental, but in this article, it does say Neon reportedly agreed to pull the clip from his stream. And hats off to him, because he is showing that respect and to that tradition of Lucha Libre. I don't know what Neon's knowledge of pro wrestling is. This was the first time I'd ever even heard of him. But, this is, again, just an unfortunate situation, I think, for Penta, and I think miscommunication on the parts of the people telling Penta, yes, it's okay to, be comfortable right now. You don't have to be dressed up. And then giving Neon sort of that, I don't know if it was an all access pass to be live streaming where he was.
Yeah, he was given permission. Yes.
Yeah.
So, you got to make sure that, you're relaying to Penta, there's people streaming here. Either if you want to have your mask off, be in a locker room, or keep the mask on backstage, or look away so that they're not going to catch you.
Yeah, and and to be honest, Neon did continue doing the live stream afterwards. He did pull the clip after he was done the stream, respectfully. But then the next night, he was also live streaming at Saturday night's main event. He wasn't live streaming any of the in-ring action or anything like that, but he did have security guards come up and tell him, just be cautious of what you're doing, be cognizant of what you're doing. They just kind of gave him a little bit of a warning. And then there was an incident with Dom in which Dom flipped him off on screen. And I'm almost certain that was just Dom just being upset at him for what had happened and not understanding what the actual story behind it was.
Yeah, I don't know what the story behind that was either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're seeing conflicting reports or anything like that, but you had said that Neon continued to stream after this incident. The information that I'm seeing is that he was actually approached by an event official who confronted him over the clip, telling him that recording was not permitted, and pointing out directly to the footage of Penta. And as a result, he was stopped. He was told, you cannot film at the booth on day 2 of Fanatics Fest anymore. So
I think what I meant by continuing he continued to live stream, but at Saturday night's main event, like he did a whole other stream that weekend. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Good to know. That's
yeah.
That clears it up a little bit for me then.
Because in that stream, you actually see like there's a guard like that's sitting there, like watching him very intently to make sure that he doesn't mess up and show the WWE action, as obviously you're not allowed to do that, period.
Right. It's an unfortunate situation that happened. Everybody seems to have been very understanding in all of it, which is very, very good and very professional, which I absolutely love for that. So unfortunately, it is never going to be scrubbed entirely from history, as the clip is still out there in different places. Just an unfortunate circumstance for sure.
Yeah, and this isn't just a standalone situation. Like I've seen, like I've been in situations like this at CWE shows. Like when I go and set up the camera gears for our commentary, Carl, I have some of the masked wrestlers come up and say, "Are you recording at that moment?" And I respectfully tell them, "No, I'm just setting up right now."
Yeah. It's unfortunate that the situation happened, but we learn and we move on from there, just as this entire thing has learned and moved on to what I would say is bigger and better things. As well, we have a show that you can see every day of the week.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday night, we are on call as the Raw Patrol is on duty at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday, we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursdays, let us power your dreams with the Xbox Showcase at 9 p.m. Friday, we invite you to come for a ride with the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later in the day, the Locker Room presents Wrestling Recap Delivers at 7 p.m. Always be aware that weekend shows can vary in times, as the PLE Patrol and other watch party streams are always a must-see. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day, and watch all of the latest episodes on turnbucklestudios.org/shows. And please do not forget to drop a like, follow, and to subscribe to all of our channels, and when the time is right, all you have to do is tap in.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And as you just saw, there is something for you each and every day of the week. And you can find them under the shows section, but we want you to meet the team behind the shows. Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Logan Thompson, Chris Parrish, and of course, the Godfather himself, Carl Carafel. Click on our individual links to get our socials and watch our latest weekly live episodic programs. All of that and more at turnbucklestudios.org.
And before we make our way into our showstopper segment, we want to make sure that everybody knows about the partnership that we have with a company called Dubby. Dubby Energy is an amazing company that we have partnered with. They do have some amazing energy drinks that are available in a powder form. They are vegan free. They are so good for you. They taste amazing. Each flavor that they have is going to be unique as they produce and make all of it. I had 2 of them today because I was just that tired at a day shift at work. I have the Dragonade, which tastes absolutely fantastic. I don't have it here with me right now, but I did last night. And we want you to know that we have a promo code that you can use to get 10% off. Make your way over to w.gg. Get yourself 10% off when you use the code TB Studios. Once again, that code is TB Studios at w.gg. Now, our showstopper segment for today is a little bit of a scary one when, wrestling gets real, as the title of our show today says. And sometimes things hurt. And this one here is one that has kind of brought up a little bit of discussion when it comes to the in-ring, when it comes to the referees, when it comes to personnel, including medical personnel, as well as management within the WWE, and in this instance, NXT. Which one of you has a little bit of info on this?
I do. So last week, WWE NXT held its weekly television tapings, and during a dark match involving Victor Zanoff and Brooks Jensen, it was stopped after Zanoff was reportedly knocked unconscious following a strike. Officials immediately stepped in, and the situation raised more questions about wrestler safety. Now, we know in wrestling, accidents do happen, as you have mentioned, Carl, but moments like this just remind fans just how dangerous the business can be. What had happened was, again, Brooks Jensen hit Zanoff and knocked him unconscious. Shawn Michaels, officials all ran to the ring, stopped the match immediately. Zanoff got up, and my guess is he was pretty confused about what had happened because he was very upset about the match just coming to an end. Mm-hmm. And I get it because it's all about that wrestler safety and even referee safety. Anybody who's in that ring, you put your life on the line for those 10 to 20 minutes that you're in there. And yes, it is all about in-ring safety, and it kind of harkens back to that incident in OVW with that referee some months back there, and it just shows just how much in-ring safety has just come since that incident.
Yeah. No, this was not a shoot. Like, Brooks Jensen did not go out and intend to hurt Victor Zanoff. This was just part of the match. This was an unfortunate circumstance. We all know, guys, that the injuries in this business are real. Our bodies still ache from our time in the ring. Mm-hmm. But good on the officials for stopping the match, making sure that Victor Zanoff was okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't want to see somebody getting taken out. We saw an incident a couple of years ago where Braun Breaker lost control of the steel steps, and they came crashing down on Baron Corbin, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's a matter of, yes, you have to have control because you're putting your life and your livelihood in the hands of your opponent and vice versa. So,
Right.
I mean, we haven't seen Brooks Jensen in a while, so to hear his name involved in this is maybe a little bit troublesome for me. But we also know that it wasn't a shoot. He didn't go out there with the intent of hurting Victor Zanoff.
No, and as we look at the size of Brooks Jensen compared to Victor Zanoff is a big dude. We all know he's got that MMA background, so I'm certain he's probably had a knockout or two in his career already. It just doesn't matter what size you are. If you take a shot to the jaw as hard as it can be, or a shot to the side of the head or whatever, you're going down like a ton of bricks. Bottom line.
Oh yeah. It
And
is
for the
very true.
Yeah.
And I highly commend the referee who was involved who recognized the situation immediately and called the stop, because if he was knocked out on his feet and still moving around, that would have posed even more danger to him.
Yeah. And as it says here too, Brooks Jensen's entrance music played following the match, but the ring announcer never officially declared him the winner. So yeah,
Right.
This was referee stoppage, and good on them for not making it about a victory. We know that Brooks Jensen had his troubles a year or two ago, and so you have to wonder if that played a part in why we haven't seen him on TV in quite some time. But now for this, I'm worried about this for Brooks Jensen's future, accident or not.
I don't think it's going to do anything for Brooks Jensen. I mean, the WWE immediately recognized it was an accidental situation. The best that we can do is just hope for a better recovery for Victor Zanoff. He more than likely is fine, but I would put him under the concussion protocol and take him off for a little bit, just to be on the safe side of things.
Well, I mean, that's something that they are looking at as well. I mean, just to kind of be sure, which 1,000%, that's the way to do it. That's the way to go about it. I fully agree with that. Just take that extra precaution to ensure everything is okay. And that for me, 1,000% works. Just make sure that things are good. Take that little bit of precaution. And if he's okay and he's fine, then he's back on next week. No harm, no foul in that respect. So, yeah, I mean, definitely scary situations when it comes to all of this. Again, it is professional wrestling. It isn't just the, fake ballet type of situations that some others like to maybe make it out to be, but it definitely is an entertainment form where you can get hurt, and you are aware of those situations, and you are aware that can happen when you become a professional wrestler. So while we talk about, maybe Zanoff was, got up and, went after the referee and stuff like that, it could even very well be that he already had come to after that kick and was like, well, I got to make this good. Right. And then kayfabed it and then went after the referee as, a heel type of character would do.
Yeah.
So we don't know fully what happened with it, but we do know that the company decided to go on the side of caution and take things in a better route. Ended the match immediately, and again, kudos to the referee for that. Now, the remaining pre-show matches did continue on and happen, so it's not as though it just everything ended and that was it. They got Zanoff. He left the ring on his own accord. He was able to walk out on his own, although he still, kind of seemed a little bit of dazed during evaluation from what we hear. But
yes.
Again, when you get knocked like that, it's a possibility that you're going to be dazed for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is where I'm going to pose the question to our viewers out there. Like, what do you guys think? Was this simply a freak accident, or do you think the WWE should take a closer look at safety in NXT? Let us know in the comments down below, guys.
And we want to thank everybody for being here with us today for this episode of Turnbuckle Talk number 484, where wrestling gets real. And again, it definitely does happen. And it's just an unfortunate circumstance and a byproduct of the business itself. So we have talked about it before. We will mention it again. Please go and check out our website, turnbucklestudios.org. It is down in the ticker below. Make sure that you are checking that out. Go in there and just taking a look at the website, peruse it, take a look through, see what there is, and click on all the different links that are available there for you, because that's where you're going to find info on each one of us, and that's where you're going to find all of these shows that are available as well, and even any merchandise that you may want is over there too. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for we will mention it once again this past weekend with Bubba Duke. We had an amazing weekend of nuptials that happened. So congratulations to the two of them. Thank you, guys. And thank you to Mr. Chris Parrish as well for, taking things into his own hands and making us look absolutely fantastic. There is a new photo of the entirety of Turnbuckle Studios all together. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.
Flagship show setting the tone. In the world of wrestling we stand alone. With news and reviews we lead the way. Turnbuckle Talk every day. Turnbuckle Talk every day.